morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Divyanshi Sharma, and today's topic is solid waste management. Before going to the topic, solid waste management, we must know what is solid waste. Solid waste is any kind of pollutant which are in the form of solid phase. Means all solid pollutants are called solid waste, and we have to manage this solid waste for the proper environmental procedure. Solid waste management is the complete process of collecting, transporting, treating, and disposal of solid waste. In this entire process, we collect the solid waste from door to door, transport that solid waste to the open yard, and then treating an analysis of the solid waste, whether it is hazardous, non-hazardous, and then last thing is disposal of solid waste. First of all, we have to discuss what are the different sources of solid waste. There are few sources of solid waste enlisted here, like municipal solid waste material for different industries and construction sites, solid agricultural waste like crop residue, plastic, glass material from different offices and industries, medical waste such as disposable syringes, bandages, body fluid, etc. And last one is commercial waste from different stores and offices. These are the different sources of solid waste. Here we can see the percentage of different kind of solid waste generated from different sources like commercial, industrial, municipal, mining, agricultural, construction, and sewages. This is the pie chart which indicates the different percentage of solid waste. There are few causes of solid waste. Number one, overpopulation that increases the industrial and agricultural activities and generate more solid waste. Second is urbanization and fast development through which the solid waste is increasing day by day. Third is lack of public awareness. It is a major cause of solid waste generation. Public is not aware about the harmful ill impacts of solid waste. Increase in domestic and industrial waste, affluence and rapid changing fashion, that is called fast fashion. It is another reason of solid waste generation. Rapid technology changes and technology upgradations, shift from natural goods to artificial things, more use of plastic and different articles that generate non-biodegradable solid waste. So these are the causes of solid wastes. There are the few effects of solid waste. Number one, solid waste is injurious to human health and its improper disposal leads to the death of different animals. It increases the rate of breeding of different diseases vectors like flies, rats, and etc. If we burn solid waste in open air, it causes air pollution and it generates greenhouse gases. Improper handling of solid waste cause damage to the environment in many ways. If we dump solid waste into soil, it creates soil pollution. If we dump it in water, it creates water pollution. And we earlier discussed if we if we burn it into open air, it causes air pollution. So these are the few effects of solid waste. Now, come to the topic waste management. Waste management is a process in which collection, transportation, analysis, and disposal of solid waste takes place. For this management, first we have to understand the type of solid waste. Basically, solid waste is broadly is of two types: municipal solid waste and industrial solid waste. Municipal solid waste can further divided into two types: biodegradable and hazardous. Likewise, industrial solid waste is also degradable and hazardous type. Now, come to the point. Solid waste management. The first step of solid waste management is collection and transportation. The collection and transportation involves door-to-door collection of solid waste and transport it to the dumping yard. This step is very crucial, very important, as it is a labor intensive activity. The overall cost of the solid waste management is having higher price of this side. Approximately three-fourths of the total cost process is invested on this process, collection and transportation. It is very important step of this entire management system. Second is analysis and treatment. When the solid waste is collected and transported to the dumping place, then analysis and treatment takes place. First, we analyze the solid waste, okay, which type of solid waste it is, and then treatment of solid waste takes place. Solid waste is collected from different sources, then treatment of solid waste takes place for its easier handling. Third thing is disposal of solid waste. It is another very important step of this management, disposal of solid waste. When we collected the solid waste, we treated it, we analyzed it, then this disposal of solid waste takes place. There are few methods of disposal like open dump. It is very simple method. It is, even we can say, it is the simplest method of disposal of the waste. In this method, any low-lying area of outskirt of the town or city is selected and the solid waste is dumped there without any segregation, without any treatment, or without any care. So it is the cheapest method. It is it does not involve any technical aspects. Second is landfill. Landfills is another method. It is slightly more convenient method. Landfills are generally located in urban areas where large amount of waste is generated. Unlike open dump, landfills waste is covered. So it cannot provide a breeding ground for the different kind of bacteria, viruses, flies, and rats. Third method is incineration. In modern incineration methods, the waste is burned inside a properly designed furnace under very careful and controlled conditions. In this process, approximately 90% of the waste is treated, leaving some parts of rats, residues, glass, and metals. Another method is composting. It is a biological process which takes place with the help of different kind of organisms like bacteria, earthworms, etc. In this process, the waste, basically biodegradable waste, is converted into manure, and that manure is very rich in nutrients and can act as a biofertilizer to different kind of vegetation and all. This process recycles and returns the all nutrients to the soil. The stabilized product is called compost or humus, which is rich in carbon and nitrogen. It is a very clean, cheap, and safe method. It requires a least skills. Another method is sanitary landfill. It is this method is also matched with the landfill method, but proper sanitation takes place in this method. We select a large land where the solid waste is dumped and further treated to decomposition. Land disposal is the common method of management. It is a more important method than open dump. Next is pyrolysis or destructive distillation. This method is called destructive distillation as it burns without oxygen. It burns solid waste without oxygen. In this method, the solid waste is heated under anaerobic conditions. The organic compound, biodegradable organic compound of solid waste is converted into liquid gases or gaseous frictions like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, methane, etc. It is an endothermic process. That means it requires energy. Another method is land farming. In this process, waste is either applied to the surface of soil or inside the surface of the soil, where it will converted into the organic matter and decomposition process takes place. The last method is waste utilization. Different developing countries cannot afford so much of methods due to cost problems. So for the developing countries, it is required that they treat their waste, and it is very important that we have to minimize the production of waste. So it is the best method out of all these for the developing countries. India is a developing country, so here we have to focus on the waste utilization. We can recycle our waste, we can minimize the waste products, and we can avail the different advantages of this for the cleaner. And thanks for today.